In this episode of Soldier Tech Battlefield, we're going to be taking a look at the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One and what we know so far about these systems to see which one may have the advantage over the other. So let's go and start the show. Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to another episode of Soldier Tech Battlefield. I'm your host, Mark Watson, otherwise known as Soldier Knows Best. And on this episode, we're going to be comparing the Xbox One versus the PlayStation 4. Now, nobody has really touched these systems yet. We just seen their initial press conferences where they announced some of the new information about these systems. And I'm going to be comparing just what we know so far. So the three categories for this battle are going to be hardware, software, and games. And so it's going to start this thing off with the hardware. Now for this hardware, I'm not really going to focus on all the individual specs of these systems. Both of these systems are going to have basically the top of the line processor, RAM, GPU, and all that stuff. I'm really going to just look at the hardware as a whole, as far as the console, the controllers, and things like that. As far as the PlayStation 4, we still haven't seen the console as of yet, as I filmed this video right now, but we have seen the new DualShock controller, which is going to have a couple new features. One is going to be a touchpad, which is going to be very similar to the touchpad that's on the back of the PS Vita, where now you can be able to do gestures and things like that in games. It also is going to have this light port that will work in conjunction with a camera that's compatible with the PS4, so they can actually identify that particular controller, and also you should be able to do some type of motion gaming with it as well. And then there's a whole bunch of little tweaks, just, kind of just to make it a little bit better. It has your share button and things like that. And the PlayStation 4 will also still be compatible with the PlayStation Move controller to the 3 people that still own it to this day, so they'll be able to use it. But other than that, it's really not much more going on with the hardware. Now with the Xbox One, things are totally different. They started off their press conference by showing off the new system itself. Now going alongside the new Xbox One console, which looks gigantic by the way, it's also going to have a new controller, which is going to have 40 new individual different tweaks and new features and stuff to it. One is going to be the triggers are actually going to have rumble feedback, so developers now will be able to say if you pull the right trigger, it's going to actually feel like you're actually shooting a gun or something like that may be possible. And it's also going to have an IR port on it as well, so the system will be able to identify that controller. Now one step that Microsoft is doing is that they're also throwing in the brand new Kinect, which is going to be coming bundled with the Xbox One. And so this is going to allow you to be able to sit down and the system will recognize your face and automatically boot up to your particular settings, all your favorite channels or whatever the things that you like, just because it recognizes your face. And also the Kinect will be able to work with your TV, so you can tell it to change channels or search for the Miami Heat game and it'll go to the correct channel that game is playing on. And so really, because the Kinect is bundled in, it's going to have a new controller as well. I'm really going to give this hardware category to the Xbox One right now, so we really can see a lot more with the PlayStation 4 when it comes to hardware. And now on to the next category, which is software. And by software, I'm just talking about kind of the general things you can do on these systems, not really games. We're going to hit that in the next category. Now with the Xbox One, they're really making this that go-to system where it's going to be in your living room. You can do Skype calls on it because it has the Kinect coming alongside with it. You can do Skype calls while you're watching TV or while you're actually gaming. It'll show up in the little box or actually on the right-hand side if you wanted to. And then also to the software that interacts with the TV, their own kind of channel guide and different things like that. Microsoft is really working hard on that, again, to make that integration with your TV and all your different set-top boxes and things that are going to be in your living room that much better. But now when it comes to the software that we've seen on the PlayStation 4 so far, Sony seems to be really focused on making your gaming experience bigger and better. You can now stream your games live, and now friends or total strangers can watch you play a game. And if you're having a tough time beating a level, your friend can actually take control over your PlayStation 4 and you can watch them play that level for you to help you kind of cheat a little bit, I think. But I think all of that is pretty cool. Then let's say you download a game from the PlayStation Store. You can actually start playing it not too long after you hit that download button. So even though it may be only maybe 40% done or 50% done downloading, you can still go ahead and play what's already been downloading, and it'll continue to download the rest of it in the background. And so there's more little tweaks and things like that with both of these systems when it comes to the software. But because I think just as far as the pure gaming aspect of these systems, I think the PlayStation 4 is a little bit ahead right now for what we've seen. I'm going to have to give the software category to the PlayStation 4. And now on to the last category, which is games. Now from the Xbox One event, I was a little let down from the games that they showed off. I mean, some of them look pretty decent, but the one main game that they really showed off was Call of Duty Ghosts. And that, don't get me wrong, that looks awesome, but that's going to be coming out for all the systems, including the PlayStation 4. So what they show is really not console specific to the Xbox One. But when it comes to the PlayStation 4 event, they showed off a few games, and one of the games, which really was the highlight, was the new Killzone game, which they showed an actual gameplay demo in real time, and it looked awesome. I mean, the gameplay looked pretty nice and solid, but also too just the visuals were up there with what you can currently do on a PC right now, which offers you the best visual graphics of any type of gaming platform. And so really, to make this category short, and Sony really focused most of their event on software, and they really showed off a few of games that really showed what this system can do. Where with the Xbox One, they really talked about what the system can do. They showed the hardware, but from the games they showed off, I just really wasn't impressed. Now again, E3 is coming up about 2 or 3 weeks from the time that I filmed this video, so I'm pretty sure that Microsoft is going to show off a ton of games that are going to be coming off of the Xbox One, and I'm pretty sure that the PlayStation 4 is going to be showing off, or Sony's going to be showing off some new games for the PlayStation 4. So we have a lot to see when it comes to games, but for right now, the PlayStation 4 is going to take this game category. All right, so that wraps up this particular battle, and as you can see, the PlayStation 4 takes this one 2-1 versus the Xbox One. Now again, this is just a very early look into both of these systems, which are looking to launch this holiday season, and we still have a lot more to see from both of them. So the next time I'm going to do this battle, hopefully I'll have both of these systems in-house so I can really do a full-on heads-on battle to see which one is going to come out on top. But until then, I want you to leave a comment down below about which team are you on, Team Xbox One or Team PlayStation 4. You can just say Team Xbox, Team PlayStation, whatever. Leave your comment down below about what you think about these two systems so far. And thanks for watching this video, guys, and I will see you next week in another episode of Soldiers Tech Battlefield. Catch you later. Peace. Hey, what's up, guys? You probably remember recently I did an interview with Naked Eli. He's one of the top Halo competitive players in the world. Now, at the end of the interview, I had to issue him a challenge because I'm thinking I'm pretty good at Halo. So I decided to take him on, and that video is live. You can click this annotation right here to see me play him and whether I pull off the upset or I just get my butt kicked. Again, just click that annotation right there and let me know how I did in the comments down below.